First of all, do not ask me why I'm wearing a hoodie. It's literally summertime and my mother is blasting the AC. But what's up, world? I don't really have a YouTube intro yet, so I'm just gonna keep saying that too. But if you're clicking on this video today, you know exactly what I'm doing. Today I'm dropping a banger. Today's video, how to make quick money reselling. Reselling. If you don't know what reselling is, no, bro. But it's literally what everyone is doing because it gets you so much money so quick and so easy. So easy, I promise. And I promise everybody is reselling nowadays. I even resell. It might not look like it, but I'm actually making a good amount of income just off of selling things online. Buying and selling. Buying and selling. It's that simple. Well, maybe it's simple for me because I actually been doing it for a while and I actually learned the tricks of how to do it and tips on how to do it. And I've actually, gained the knowledge on how to do it. But for you out there, someone who might not be as informed as I am on reselling, it might be kind of a struggle. First of all, it's really hard to start reselling in the first place because you have to put such a big amount. You have to put a big amount of money into something if you want to get a big amount out of it. But some people don't have the big amount of money to put into things, so they're not getting as much out. So, they're profiting very slowly over time. But the profits over time will soon add up. I promise. You have to start small, and that's what everyone needs to learn, and that's what everyone needs to know when they're coming into the business. Unless you're born into wealth, everyone has to start from the bottom. I know I didn't. But since I have a good amount of knowledge, not the most, but I have some knowledge to share with you guys out there, I figured why not come into this and make a YouTube video on it and inform some people out there who really need the help. That's the main reason I wanted to start a YouTube channel anyway. I want to help people do things that they don't know how to do on the normal, and that things I can share. Getting subscribers, getting likes, getting followers on social media, that doesn't sound too bad neither. Speaking of all that, you wanna go follow my Instagram somewhere right here? You wanna hit the subscribe button somewhere down there? If you like the content I'm producing and you found something in this video helpful, maybe you wanna hit the like button down there. Just saying. One of my first goals on YouTube is to hit 100 subscribers on multiple platforms, such as YouTube, such as getting 100 followers on Instagram, and any other of my social media platforms that I'm gonna branch off onto. And trust me, I'm not subscribing for nothing. I got a lot of stuff that I bought to resell that I'm not going to because I'm gonna give it to you guys. I'm gonna literally raffle it off to you guys for maybe, $1 to get some Supreme, maybe this to get that, a small amount of money. I'm gonna even do giveaways at every single goal I hit. I know I got a lot to give away, so as soon as I hit those goals, please, trust me, you will be getting rewarded. But that's all up to you. You have to hit the subscribe button. You gotta like the video. You gotta follow me on my platforms. I gotta get started somehow. Come on, help me out. But that's enough about me. Let's get back onto the reselling. Let's get into it, man. Yeah. First thing I want to talk about for reselling is the reselling platforms you're going to be selling on. Where you sell your products affects how easy things are going to work out for you in the process. There's so many different platforms out there for you to buy and sell on, and some of them are great and some of them not so much. Some of the websites require this amount of work, some of them require this amount of work. You want to do the ones that's down here. It's easier. Who wouldn't want to work with easier things? And some of them literally take out this much commission off the camera. And some of them, they got a good amount. They're gonna take out commission. That's something you gotta get used to. So I'm gonna explain some of my favorite ones and some ones that I suggest. They're not the best ones out there, but these are the ones that I do suggest. And I will also be scaling them on a scale of 1 to 5 on how great they are for you guys. The ratings will consider the factors are how user-friendly things are, the amount of work you have to put into setting up an actual product, or the commission they take out of things. I'm sure all of you want something that's user-friendly. It's easy for you to set up. It's easy for you to make listings. It's easy for you to sell things. You don't want something that's gonna be super hard to set up and super hard and gonna just cause problems all along the line. When it comes to the amount of work you wanna put into these websites, you don't wanna spend all day making a listing, or you don't wanna spend all day specifying certain things about a product. You want the process to go as smooth as possible, you feel me? And pretty much all platforms are gonna charge you commission because they're gonna have to make money too. So, you have websites that charge you 5%, 20%, 10%. It all ranges on a different scale. But hey, different websites come with their different perks, but I'm gonna get into my favorite. I'm gonna try to make this as speedy as possible because we gotta get into the actual ways to make money reselling, So first up, we got eBay. eBay is an online auction type website that pretty much works for everybody. As you can see, it's pretty simple to use and has a really easy setup, but it can get really into depth when it comes to the listing. So that's one thing to look out for. It could be kind of complex, but on the end, it could be kind of Simple. eBay is very user friendly. It's literally for beginners, I promise. It's so easy to use. It's a very simple process of listings on the website, and it's overall just gonna help you out. It's very intro level for reselling. For the amount of work you put into eBay, it's actually gonna depend on your buyers. Some people might want specifics about the item you're selling, and you're gonna have to list those, while others are just gonna see the stuff you provide and be okay with that. And when it comes to fees and commissions, you can list 50 things for free each month. 50 things. And the commission of eBay is 10%. They will be taking 10% of the final selling price. That's just a good thing to remember. Next up, we have Poshmark. Poshmark considers itself a social commerce platform where sellers usually, provide a sense of style on their page, and it's more of a feed. Why, Poshmark lets sellers and buyers conduct their own exchanges, so that's one thing on the bright side, but then it can also be a downfall depending on, the amount of safety in that. You can post the item on Poshmark by simply uploading a picture to your feed. All you have to do is input the brand, the size, the condition, and a short description on what you're selling. Once somebody buys your item, Poshmark actually sends you a shipping label, which can be kind of convenient, but it's also going to charge a couple of fees also. And speaking of fees, Poshmark is going to charge you 20% commission. Yeah, 20%. 20% of the final selling price is going to Poshmark. That's a pretty big amount, and that's exactly why Poshmark is going to get put at 3.5. That commission is pretty hefty, so Poshmark is going to come in at about a 3 out of 5. Because it is pretty simple to use and it is pretty user friendly. It's gonna be like a social media feed. It's gonna be something similar to that, that's familiar to everyone these days. Another peer-to-peer social shopping experience platform is going to be Depop. Depop was one of my first selling platforms actually. It was pretty simple, pretty easy to hold. It's just like a social media platform. One bad thing about it that I did have to experience multiple times, it's in London. If you live in Europe, that's perfectly fine, but I live in the United States, so it takes quite some time to get some assistance from Depop if you need it. It's very user friendly. The listing process is probably going to take you less than 5 minutes if you already have your pictures made. And the commission is pretty average of 10%. They're going to take 10% of the final selling price. It's a pretty balanced platform, so that's going to give it a 3 out of 5. And finally, if you're selling high-end fashion and sneaker products, who does not know about StockX? StockX, it's so simple. Everyone knows about it. If you're selling some high-end clothing and sneakers, you're gonna wanna go with StockX because first of all, it's gonna give you one simple thing: verification. When someone buys your product, it's gonna have you ship it to StockX so they can verify it. That's one good thing that comes with this platform, verification, so you're always gonna get something real out of it. But since you can't deliver it straight to the buyer, it's gonna have a slower delivery, and everyone knows StockX charges the fees. Yeah, and overall it's very easy to work, it's very user friendly, and that's just gonna earn it a 4 out of 5. It's very simple and it's very great for the intro level, and you're not gonna get scammed on this website, I promise. Now that all the reselling platforms are out the way, let's get into one thing you need to know and one thing you need to do. Research. You want to try to be familiar with as many brands as possible so you know what sells for high amounts and you know what sells for low amounts. You want to be familiar with that. You want to know reselling prices. You might come across something that's actually $50 and it's reselling for $300 on another platform. And one thing you also want to research is how to authenticate your product. If you're buying from different websites, you want to know how to authenticate things so you know you're not getting ripped off when you want to resell it. Because that's just going to start a whole bunch of problems. And now what we all been waiting for. The first way to earn quick money reselling. You gotta stalk the markets. When I was first coming into the reselling business, all I did was sit there and stalk the markets and try to find steals. Some people really don't have the knowledge of what they're reselling, and they're gonna list some high expensive product for less than $50. If you don't go steal that, exactly, they're literally asking for it to be taken. And that's what you can do. If you know the products and you do your research, you can find these kind of steals. But even if the item is cheap, let's say you don't have the money to actually buy it yet. One thing I do recommend that you start is selling old clothing. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have a full closet of clothes or some things you don't wear, and you can simply list some of that clothing that you don't wear and some of the older clothing and get easy cash off of it. Simple cash, $5 at a time, $10 at a time. But you can rack up a and if you want an example, look at my Depop. I sold a whole bunch of my older Jordans. I don't even wear those kind of shoes anymore. All I wear are Adidas. And this could actually earn you a good amount of money for coming into the reselling business. And if you do what I said and go do your research on these products, go to these thrift stores. I promise you can find so many steals there. There's Goodwill, Ragorama, Lucky Exchange, Buffalo Exchange. I promise I've been to every single one of them and got a good amount of money from each one. And while you're at these stores, you can literally pull out your phone and look things up on eBay, StockX. So those platforms I provided in the start. You're literally stealing from these stores. Okay, now once you actually start earning a good amount of income from reselling at like $50+, test your odds with these higher end brands. I'm gonna use Supreme as my example. You can buy a Supreme shirt for literally $38, $54, and however much they're selling it for, and resell it. Everyone knows Supreme's gonna have a high reselling value. And like I said, don't forget your research. You can research which items are going to be sold for the most on release dates and go for those. I've actually mastered buying Supreme really quickly, so if you want to see a video on that, please like this video. I'm going to do one really soon. I promise. I got y'all. And now when you have around $100 to $200 to put in your reselling business, go for sneakers. I'm trying to tell y'all, sneakers is the way. Sneakers are what everyone wants these days. I promise. These brands, Off-White, Nike, Travis Scott, all these good things coming out recently, everyone wants them, and they're going to resell for high amounts of money, including the chunky donkeys. Look at the price. Exactly. I'm going to use Nike sneakers for an example. Look, they sell Jordan and Nikes on this website. As you can see today, they dropped the Space Hippie pack, and that comes with about 4 pair of sneakers, 5 pair actually, and we got them averaging at about 180. We got 130 for these. We got 130s for these also. And we got 130s for these. That's pretty low prices in general for to get some sneakers on retail. But for example, let's look at the Space Hippie 03s. These sell for exactly 180 retail. Now going on one of the reselling platforms I told you about, let's look up the Space Hippies right now, and I bet they're selling for way more than what they were retailing for. As see, they retail for exactly 180, and right now we got the lowest buy at 356. 356. That's a good amount of profit just right there. And you see it varies between the sizes, but if you, no matter what size you got, you would have profited from that, and that's a simple way to make a lot of money. A lot, I promise. Looking at the Space Hippie 01s, you see these retailed at 130 and they're going at 200 lowest size. That's really great. And make sure you also do research on your sizes, because it's gonna vary between the sizes on the prices. They usually sell best from like a 7 to a 9, I think. Yeah. Do your research. That's also another shoe that profited. Just make sure to do your research on these sneakers before they come out, because you do not want to buy something that's not going to sell. You want to buy what sells. You don't want to buy something that has little profit. So, and it doesn't hurt to test your odds. You might not get a pair, but just try again the next week, or try again the next week, or try again the next week. It's not gonna hurt you, I promise. It's free to try. It can't hurt you. Now, if you don't do your research and buy a product that's gonna potentially sell for lower than retail, that can hurt you, but that's why you gotta do your research. If you get some clothing from a high-end brand or some sneakers, just make sure you sell it on StockX. I prefer to sell them there because it's gonna be overall better for authenticating. If you get clothing from high-end brands or get a pair of sneakers, I suggest you sell it on StockX, because that's where you wanna sell most of these things, because they can authenticate things. You do not want your product to blend in with a whole bunch of fakes out there. That's not gonna be good for your reselling. A lot of other platforms do have the Fugazis. They do have fake clothing. Your item's gonna be, questioned on if it's real or not, and you don't want that to happen. StockX, it's gonna be guaranteed real, because they will ship it back to you if it is fake. And don't just use Supreme and Nike sneakers like I use, for example. There's plenty of other brands and plenty of other websites that you can buy from that's gonna actually get you great profit as well. So just branch yourself, do your research, find something out there that's gonna be great for you. And now when it comes to the reselling, it's really good to start small. It's not gonna be the biggest of the business from the gate. It's not gonna start off just huge unless you're literally putting huge amount of funds into it. Unless, you're rich. It is okay to make a $5 profit sometimes in the start. It is okay to make a $10 profit sometimes in the start. And sometimes you might, get a little stuck up and make $5 profit and spend $6 on shipping. That's okay as well. You have to start somewhere, and eventually you're gonna make it. I promise. It's super simple. Come on, you know you wanna do it. You know you wanna do it. Stop questioning it. Just go in your closet right now. Find something to resell. Come on. You know you want to do it. You got $50. Well, you know something's dropping this weekend that's gonna cost less than $50 and can get you more than $200. Exactly. But basically the point is start, because I took a long time to start, and it kind of downfalled me. I wish I can have this amount of funds that I have right now at an earlier point in time. Don't just sit around and wait and, procrastinate. Chase your bag. Come on. So that will pretty much wrap it up for the content of this video. I pretty much gave you guys a pretty intro guide to how to resell and how to make really quick money, because that's exactly what I did. I'm pretty sure there's other ways out there, but I'm pretty sure my way works. You should try it. If you're trying to start a reselling business, start this video over and listen, take notes, do all of that. If you know somebody trying to start a reselling business, send this video to them. Just spread this video and spread the knowledge on how to start a reselling business, because it's literally an income that you can earn passively, and that's gonna get you a lot of some money on the side. And you know, it'd be a good way to resell something if you earn it for $5. And if you're starting a reselling business and you want to earn something for $5, I'm doing raffles. I'm gonna say that one more time. Go follow my Instagram. I will be doing giveaways, and just hit the goals. And if you want to get something for me for $5, $1, $10, depending on what I'm selling, subscribe to my YouTube, follow my Instagram, just support the video, support the content, help me reach my goals so I can give this stuff away to you guys. I'm basically giving it away to you. If you're getting something over $100 for literally the price of $5, you're looking great, I promise. Support the move, make your own moves. Just support my grind. And then also, make your own grind, please. Just start. I really know one of y'all needed to hear this. Just start. You got it. But that will wrap it up for this reselling video. I got videos coming soon. I got videos coming to the left and the right, I promise. Hit the subscribe button. Thanks.